Hey, welcome back. We just have these in here from BilletSPIN. A little game of what's in the box. Two pens and then one extra part. So let's see, that's the extra part. We'll go pen 1, pen 2. So let's take a look at what we got. The team at BilletSPIN has been running a series of, I think, 20 per metal fancy pens. Make sure there's nothing, nothing private over here. And so you can custom order a pen the way that you want it. And I ordered a couple, so let's see what we think. They did 20 in each of these steel options. Oh man, that's pretty sweet. This is the new Fenja Damascus Steel. And I opted to go tip to toe, include the tip also in Damascus Steel for a couple extra bucks. Ooh, very smooth. So that is pretty sweet. And that etching is like very deep on there. So there's a nice little texture to it that I haven't felt with their other pens. A bit of a different feel just from the texture perspective. So that's pretty sweet. Let's take a look at these other ones. Let's see, we went 1 for 1 on that. Liking what I see. The next one should be also Damascus Steel, but a basket weave. He had a little issue on the tip, so he sent it with one tip and then sent me another matching tip, which is super cool. Rich over at BilletSPIN is about as good as it gets from a customer service perspective. I don't know if I've ever seen anything that quite rivals what he does over there. Let's see what we think of this beauty. Oh man. Oh, that is really cool. So he sent it with a black, because it had the black Damascus clip. So I get a little more light over here, sorry. Get a little more light for you going in the studio. Studio is an exaggeration. Yeah, I really like this basket weave. That's really sweet. So I had a black Damascus clip on the order. Nice and light on that one, actually. It's interesting, that one feels like a little lighter than some of my others. So he matched it with a black Damascus tip, and then I should have a matching basket weave tip here. So that's really cool. And then this, I believe, is the additional pocket clip I opted to include a titanium pocket clip. And then I figured what I would do there is, if I decided I didn't like this fancy one, it might be more fun to throw on something, you know, a little less fancy. You throw that on there and then have a nice simple one on here. You know, that could be a nice option there. So there's an additional clip. Just throw this guy over here, and then let's jump in and take a look at this tip and swap it onto there and see what we think by comparison versus the black Damascus clip. So this is the last tip here. Or nose, I should use the correct term, right? I say like body, I should be saying barrel. I say tip, I should be saying nose. Yeah, very nice in that basket weave. So let's go ahead and swap this guy. Pretty big change in the pen if you swap out that pocket clip to that one and this tip to this one. You end up with a pretty different aesthetic. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I kind of like that with just the basket weave and the black Damascus. That comes together pretty nicely. But there are not many pen manufacturers doing this kind of work. You see it once in a while, and it tends to be pretty expensive. It's definitely more expensive from BilletSPIN, but it's not like it takes a $200 pen to $1,000 or something. It takes a $150 pen to $500. something in that range. 600 if you get real fancy. If you go black Damascus for the whole thing, you're looking down, you know, you're looking at 700 bucks or something. Now, what I was really curious about also was the weight, you know, to compare. So let's see if we can compare just a standard titanium here. You're looking at 1.35 ounces. It's already a pretty heavy pen. Like, these are not skinny pens. They're kind of stout. Yeah, so 1.35, already pretty heavy. You go here. Wow, 1.845. That's a beefy pen there. It doesn't feel that bad in hand though, to be honest. Just the weighting and stuff feels pretty good because it's well balanced. So it actually feels good to me despite the weight. I don't know if I, you know, wrote for an hour if I would feel a little differently. And then 1.855 on that one. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So I gotta try playing around a little bit here just because that's what we do, right? Let's see what this guy looks like on here. That's a pretty sweet look right there. Pretty compelling. Could see this one doing pretty well with that. That pocket clip right there on here could be pretty interesting looking. And I don't think we're gonna sit here and unscrew pocket clips live, but wouldn't be the most boring thing I've ever done on one of my videos, to be honest. So yeah, two really nice examples here from BilletSPIN. Very unique versus, I'd say, other things available in the market. Beefy, great action. This may be the smoothest one I've handled from BilletSPIN. This one's good, but not quite as smooth as this one. Yeah, this is really smooth. The feeling is very interesting. It's like a lot of little micro abrasiveness, so that you kind of have this like tactile feel all over the place. Or you're getting these little, you know, grooves grabbing your finger. Very interesting, almost kind of sticky feeling almost on that one. This one I kind of prefer a little bit. It feels a little smoother in hand, I'd say. You still have a few of those little sticky points, but you know, the Damascus pattern is much broader, so not as frequent on that one. So yeah, really nice work that this guy and his team are doing. Rich Sadler over at BilletSPIN. Again, just second to none in terms of their customer service, their communication. Rushed this thing out to me, this additional tip, when it didn't make the original shipment, which you just love to see. Like, as a collector, the fact that that arrived here on the same day as the original shipment because he rushed it. It's just those little things when you see someone going above and beyond that, to me, really kind of stand out and make a company interesting to work with and buy stuff from. So you love to see it. So yeah, really nice additions here to the collection. Pretty unique versus other pens that I've had. Definitely the most expensive pens that I've had, you know, tipping the scales at, I think these without the fancy pocket clip and with just a basic tie tip to kind of match the cap. I think it was somewhere in the 400 something range, 420, 410, I don't know, 400 to 450. And then you add in the fancier tip and you're looking at, I think it was another $70 or something like that. So I think it was maybe 410 plus 70 is 480 for this guy, which just doesn't feel crazy given, you know, you're talking about a full Damascus pen here. It's pretty neat. And then this one would be a little bit more because it had the fancy tip and the fancy pocket clip. So a couple bucks more there. But again, nothing too insane. And I mean, the pen itself is definitely insane. So yeah, very cool. That's all for now. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.